Welcome back to part two. This is Aussie Yen. All right, and I got some notes on this one. Uh, it's one of those markets. All right, but I am bearish on this market. Why? Why would I be bearish on this market? Look at it. Look at it. All right, you can see, with price rounded off. You can see that any upward trend, any trend that was going up, was broken. All right. We found the hard resistance up here and price rounded off, and we're headed we're headed bearishly. You can see that this higher low here, which led to that high, all right, has been broken here. All right. And we once you break it, I look for that area to be retested. Now, this was the area that was retested, these lows here. All right, came back, bounced here at this higher low again, double topped at the same zone, and then broke these lows. All right, this is a break of structure for me, and it should be for you too. Anyway, now again, we are above the 200, but we are below the 50 and the 20. This isn't a good place for swing trading entries, right? But if we just use order flow and supply and demand, we can find good entries. Now on the stochastics, it shows that we are waiting for a good entry, good pullback to take short. All right. Where are we going to take that pullback? Well, let's go to the 4 hour, and maybe we can see some things a little clearly. See, we got a left shoulder, head, and right shoulder formed here, and we broke that neckline, and we came back up to retest this zone, and we are heading down. So I'm looking for a break of these lows. All right. If we pull back, I'll be looking for a great entry for a short. All right. Now I want you to notice we had a bearish order block here. Okay. All right. And that was respected. And we had a bearish order block there. And that was respected. All right. Didn't even make it back for a full retest. All right. But this one did. All right. You can look at it, that order block being like this here, because we're talking about imbalances and inefficiencies being tested here, but I'm not going to go all into that. But you can look at it, the order block, as the full last up candle before the down move. All right, the last buy candle before the sells. All right, this is where the sell orders are tapped into, and we come on down, and that's an arrow from an earlier analysis. All right. So where do we think that we can take this to? Well, you look for an opposing buy order block, a bullish order block. All right. And there was one here, but we are in the process of getting ready to violate that. So we're just looking at this as lows. All right. There was an order block here, but we are violating that. We're expecting the bearish order block. So I'm looking for more downside action. Look for a pullback, and we get in on that pullback. On the 4 hour, the stochastics are telling us we are oversold. All right. So we would be looking for a pullback, maybe even a double top here, and then a push down. All right. That could happen as soon as Tuesday. Okay. Bear that in mind, will you? All right. So now, let's move on to Aussie Swiss. I happen to like the Aussie Swiss this week. I am bearish on it. And let's go into why. All right, did some looking and everything. See all these wicks? Don't put yourself through a whole bunch of craziness. All right. Well, those wicks, that can throw off your trading and everything, right? So what am I looking at? On the daily, you can see price is found, it just grinded its way down. All right. And we found some support at this this area where prior support was found before. I'm going to mark that, right? Boom. All right. Where would I put it there? This would be good. Right about there. All right. And that's a good zone. All right. But what is more important? We want to find order blocks. We want to find supply. We want to find demand. This was a demand zone here. All right. That was retested. That was a retest and price shot up. Another demand zone created, price shot up. All right, we are violating that with this strong bearish candles. All right, we haven't broken through all the way just yet, but we have this order block here. We have this order block here, and we are inside of it right now. So the initial response to it was weak in my view. All right, we can go deeper, find this rejection wick, and maybe price takes off. But I'm not thinking that's going to happen because we got these crosses happening over here. We're below the 200. We are oversold here. So yeah, maybe a pullback is due. Okay, maybe a pullback is due, and then we can take price from there. All right, but in this pair, I am bearish. I am bearish. That is a strong bearish candle. We might get a proper pullback of at least 50%. If we that's not my fibs. All right. All right. We got about 38%. I'm looking for a pullback maybe to the 200 EMA. Okay. And then we're gonna continue in the downward trend. All right. That's the way I'm seeing it. Do whatever you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? All right, next one. CAD yen. I'm losing my voice. I'll drink some water after this one. CAD yen. What are we looking at? Well, let's see. Yep, CAD yen. I am bearish on this pair. The EMAs aren't very helpful. You can see price has made this new high, and then we started breaking these short-term lows here. Boom, 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 right? We tried to break back up to the high side, couldn't get past it, found resistance here, made a double top here, made this lovely M pattern, and then continued down lower. All right, we came back up to test these lows as resistance, which was once support, and now we're broken even lower. Okay, what I want you to notice is the lows here. We're making equal lows. I'm looking for price to go down even lower. Okay, now so we got this lovely lower low, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower high. I'm looking for the next lower low, and it just so happens the EMA is right by this low right here. So I'm looking for this zone to be tested, and we'll see how that goes, because actually this is a bullish order block, and I'm expecting price to come down here and test it, and we'll see if it breaks through or not. We'll see what the response is, because the last time price came here, we got this. All right, and I'm expecting some kind of response once we get down here. All right, but that's a lot of pips in between then and now. So I'm looking for price. Price has already made a pullback one time. All right, made this pullback one time. I'm expecting a smaller, a similar pullback like this, and then a drop. Okay, Stochastic says we are oversold on this, but I am looking for the supply to be respected. Here we go. This is the supply zone on the 4 hour. That's a 4 hour supply zone. A lovely head and shoulders here. All right, and let's get rid of this because you don't need that. All right, and we have another zone here that was tested. I don't need to mark that one out. All right, and we have price dropping from that test and then coming back up here, forming another bearish order block, and price dropping from there. So, and this is inside of a bullish order block, a zone of demand, and it looks like we are deep in that demand, and we actually violated the order block there. So I'm looking for a price to push on through. Okay. On the 4-hour, you can see we have space in between these EMAs, and it looks like we have a downward trend line going. Okay, so that's what I'm looking like on CAD. I'm bearish, and I'm looking for good entries. Next is CAD Swiss. CAD Swiss, I have this one red. I wonder why. Going through too many. Ooh, look at all these wicks. Oh, don't put yourself through it. Let me tell you, don't put yourself through it. Save yourself. All right. You can see at price impulsed up here, and we went into this range. All right. I'm looking for this range to break. Why? Because we broke this low here. Let me point out, we broke this low here, we broke this low here, we broke that low. All right, these are short-term lows. This is the major structural low, and here we are. And this is a pretty strong area of support and resistance. This is obviously a key level because we came up and tested it here, broke through here. Now we're finding it being tested as support. Okay, so the trend is down here. All right, even though we're above the 200, it's trending down. And I'm looking for this low to be violated soon enough. Okay, where are we at on stochastic? I bet it's over there. Yeah, it's oversold. Okay, and we're looking for that pullback, like the arrow indicates. Looking for a pullback, and some respect being shown to a zone of supply. So let me look on the 4-hour and see if we can see that zone of supply. Ooh, that's a very nice one. Very nice one. You heard where I said that? Ooh. All right, we're going over here. All right, I'm looking for a price to come up to that zone and test it, and then respect it, and then come on back down. This will happen between now and Tuesday is my guess. All right. We got some signs of exhaustion for the pullback from this impulse down. Gave it another pullback, and you can see price has got some rejection from this this bullish order block here, which was retested here, and now we're retesting it again. Wondering if we're going to fight our way through, grind our way through, and continue on down, or pull back first and then come on down. So you want to keep in mind those are the things that you have to what you're working with. All right, if we break this low, and we did break below it just to grab that liquidity and head up. I'm thinking that there's signs that show that we might be heading up and then coming back down. Okay, that's the way I'm reading this. All right, next, New Zealand. We're going to the New Zealand pairs. All right, I'm looking at the New Zealand pairs with an eye on that US dollar. Okay, there was a lot of news, positive news for. There's some positive news interest rate wise for the New Zealand dollars, and that against the USD, I don't know. All right, you can see we had this nice rally, but we never broke any highs. We didn't break these highs. We didn't break this short-term high here. It was a very nice rally, but it didn't get very high. We came back, had a retracement, and then couldn't break the previous high. So as we clean this up, can I clean this up, please? Thank you. All right. We're going to notice that we have the 200 here with the 20 crossing over the, actually pinching the 50 and 20 are pinching, but we're still below the 200. This is a bearish structure here, and I'm looking for more downside with the New Zealand USD pair. All right, you see we had a weekly, on the weekly perspective, we've broken the lows here. All right, broke that low, and we have equal lows here. This one, the lowest. All right, this would indicate that price came down, snatched the liquidity of the lows prior to it, and then uh, took it up. All right, but is that taken up going to continue? It doesn't look like it. It looks like we got weak here, so I'm expecting more price to come down and violate these lows, here, and move that down here. And that's what I'm looking for, more bearish price action. All right. Now, I also want to bear in mind that we had a bearish uh, zone of supply, respected here, tested and respected, and we are forming another one right here. And I'm looking for this to be tested, wicked up and then down, wicked up and then, what did I say? I said down. Okay. Next, New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen. What am I at on this NJ? NJ, bearish, of course. Can I get to the daily? Thank you. All right. I'm bearish on this. Yeah, we're heading down to the 200. All right, we already broke through the 20 and the 50, right? All right, and you can see after this bearish impulse down, we had an equally bullish impulse back up, creating this double top area. All right, we made a nice little M pattern here. We got this liquidity spike here. All right, because what did it do? It came down, it came up, taking the stop losses from here, and found the liquidity to make the move down. We broke that low, so that indicates what? More low action. We made a higher high and a higher low. Here's the lower high. All right, this isn't higher compared to that one, just higher than this. All right, just higher than these. All right, so we have made a lower high here, and I'm looking for the lower low to follow. Okay, does that make sense? Of course it does. All right, makes good logical sense, doggone it. All right, doesn't mean it's going to happen, but we're playing probabilities here, aren't we? All right, see these highs, these higher lows being created here. This one broke lower than that one. Then we have a higher low here. All right, we have a lower high here. All right, I'm looking for this the next one to be a lower to break a lower low that breaks this low. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. All right, and as long as we're under the 200, we should be good to go. And we are seeing we have order blocks that are being respected, tested and respected. Even this one, tested and respected. All right, and that's what causes prices to reverse, or you got to look for where the order block is. Now, where are we going down? What is the one that it could go down to? All right, this is a bullish order block here. All right, we're looking at this one, bullish order block. If they're being violated, if the demand zones are being violated, then you're in a bearish market. All right, we violated this one here. All right, did it turn positive again? Well, no, because we got lows, and we got the bearish order blocks being respected thus far. All right, so that's what we got to keep our eye on and keep our minds on. What are we looking like on the stochastics? Kind of in the middle. I don't like that. After making a high here, a lower high, basically a double top, and then a lower high to that, I'm thinking bearish. You understand? All right, next one. Look for a pullback, Look for a pullback to get a better price, and we'll jump into it and look for a sell. All right, next one is NZD Swiss. NZD Swiss. We're going back to the daily. Okay, we're on the NZD Swiss, and kind of in the middle here. Don't like that, but uh, that's not really helpful. All right, these EMAs are getting clustered up. That's not really helpful. All right, but you see this choppy grind to the downside here. So no mistaking, we are in a downtrend here. All right, after making this push up, we are in a downtrend on the daily. Why do I have this open? I don't know. On the daily, what are we looking for when we see that downtrend? You know that these bearish order blocks are being respected and they're being tested. Boom, boom, boom. You know, they're being tested. We got this in the next. This is the latest one, right? All right, and price is on its way up. Looks like it may want to test it. This is, I want to point it out one time. This is an inefficiency. There's an imbalance. There's more sellers than buyers. And price likes to find the equilibrium, the balance. All right. So it comes all the way back up here to establish that that balance. So once it touches here, all right, we have balance again. You got to understand, price took sell orders here. Market makers took sell orders here to buy. All right, took buy orders to sell. You understand? So in order to get out of these orders here, this sell order, we got to go back up. We got to go back up, buy it, get out at break even or better, and then continue back down. I hope I explained that right. It sounded all kind of convoluted. I knew I shouldn't even try. But anyway, I'm looking for more downside action. You can see signs of exhaustion here with these wicks. The current candle is market's open already. The current candle is opening without a wick and it's opening bullishly. So you can expect a wick to be made once it flips bearish, and then you'll see that wick being made, and you can bet your bottom dollar price will continue down. Got it? I hope you do. Next, let's look at oil. Okay. Why am I even going into oil with this group? I don't know, but I am. All right. US oil. I'm bearish on it. Why? I'm going to do take a quick look on the weekly. You can see we made a double top here. All right. If we go to the monthly, you can see that price is in a downtrend, right? Price in a long time downtrend. We broke that downtrend to the upside. And so you say, hey, man, we should be bullish. Well, we made a double top here at this last high here, right? All right. But what did we really do? What did we really do, my peoples? Huh? We tapped into a zone of supply. All right. Tested it. We actually violated, I think we violated this one because we don't have a wake up yet. Now, you can count this wick if you want to or not, but price is respecting this order block. If you go down to a weekly, you can see that this was part of the same order block. We made a double top here, actually. All right, so we're looking at the weekly. All right, price found the weekly, tested it for the selling orders, and we're on our way down. Oh yeah, I make no mistake about it. All right, doesn't mean it's going to come back down into the structure here. Just means that, you know, we found a top and we're coming back down. And if we go down to the daily, all right, where things are a little bit more relevant, all right, we can see bearish block orders being respected. We made this block order, came back up for the retest, and we are seeing the descent from there. All right, I love to see these things dictate. It just gives us the breadcrumbs, the footsteps of institutions. All right. It gives us the footsteps for us to follow with. All right. This is this is like like street signs. All right. This for order flow. You can follow it if you want to. I am. All right. So what am I looking for now? If we go to the 4 hour, all right, and we can see these order blocks. We can see these order blocks. All right. Well, we can say, all right, where is it going to retest? Where is it going to be pulling back up? I'm looking for a retest here because you can see that we had this long this impulse to the downside, right? Had this impulse to the downside, and there is an order block in there. Okay, right there. All right. We had this impulse to the downside, and we've broken a low. We've broken a low. Broke that low, but we've broken this major structural pivot. All right. We made major structural low. We broke that low. And here we are finding exhaustion here with a bearish candle. Right now, this is a 14 hour, excuse me, 1400 hours. All right. So I'm looking for more bearishness to come from here. Do I foresee a pullback first? With this candle, I'm not. To be honest with you, that's going to be a harder one to say because we're showing signs of exhaustion with these wicks here, and this is a doji, and this is the current candle for the 20th, and it's opening up kind of. It's not even. This market ain't open yet. What am I thinking about? I'm looking at this doji, and I'm wondering if price will come back up and test this order block. I'm going to be looking for that before the spike down, and that's what I'm going to be waiting on. I'm going to be waiting for a better price to get in for a short. Honestly, there you go. All right, let's go to the U.S. The S&P 500. If we go to S&P 500, maybe we can see something. All right, we have a very strong uptrend. You can tell because of the space in between the EMAs and all. All right, we're coming back to test that 20, which is cool. All right, and we are overbought. So what am I on this in this pair? I am actually bullish. All right, why am I so bullish? Why? What would make me bullish? Because we're in a bullish order block right here. This is a bullish order block. You see how it engulfs? All right, if we go to the 4 hour, all right, we are testing it. We are testing it, and we're pretty deep in that test. All right, but in the meantime, we have a that's this order block here. You see this rejection from here. This is the higher time frame order block here. That should be a daily, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me. No, that's actually lower. I'm sorry, I went in the wrong direction. Anyway, this is a 4 hour order block, and we're about to test that. All right, this is a very strong impulse. You see this level here. All right, it's been tested as both support, resistance, and now again support. That's just support and resistance, folks. All right, so we happen to have that right at this order block. So this demand zone. So I'm looking for price. If I can find it, I'm looking for price. Come on down, do something like this here, and then shoot up. All right, it's due for a retracement here. That's why I had that up there. Okay, that's why I had my fibs drawn. All right, it's due for a retracement, and I'm looking for at least a 50% retracement. And we have structure right at the 50%. All right, that could support that. All right, so maybe something like this here. Excuse me, wrong one. Maybe something like this here and then down. Okay. But if it comes down here, you know, watch for the retracement at the very least. All right. So really, this is what I want to be concerned with. All right. We can find the bearish order blocks in here at another point. All right. But I'm looking for a price to hit this this 4-hour order block and find buyers to take price higher. Okay. What else? Gold. You know what? I'm actually more on silver. Gold is not looking as clear to me. You can see with gold, you see all these notes I got here, right? You know, we've been on a nice trend line up, all right? And then we had this very strong bearish impulse to the bottom. We found all this correction starting here. It did come back and hit like I thought it would, hit my trend line. And you know, this trend line has been respected for a good while now. All right. It did come back and test that trend line and bounced off of it. And we found all that good eatings going up here. Okay. Now, just note, look at this. Look at the Fibonacci hit at the 50%. All right. Can we see some pullback from here and a testing of the trend line? Sure, that's possible. But what you want to do is look more towards demand zones and possible demand zones, possible areas where price could turn around. All right, and we have one of those areas here. All right, there's a bullish order block over here, and I'm thinking price has already tested these lows, and we're in that order block now. Like I said, I think price will find its way back up. All right, this was drawn a couple of days ago. Price did come down, and I'm looking. It did come down, and I'm looking for a price to continue up when this next candle opens up here. I'm thinking that it'll continue up. All right, but I'm kind of skittish on old Goldie. All right. It says that we're close to being oversold. Maybe we might see some down action before we see, like I mentioned earlier, we see some down action before the pullback, before we see that price pullback. We'll see some down action first. Silver is a little clearer. Why? It should be obvious. All right. Look at on the daily. Strong bearish impulse down. All right. We are in this range. We find ourselves in this range, right? And what am I looking for? I'm looking for a price to violate some lows, and this is the lowest one right here. All right, price violates that low. Look where that 200 is. All right, we're looking for a test of that 200. What happens the last time price tested the 200? The 200 held, and price popped up. All right. That's the way I look at it. I look at it. You see how price held up here. The 200 is being respected in this pair, in this market, and in this time zone, this time frame. So we see price made this high. All right, came back down, couldn't get any higher. All right, so it's making the lower high here. We also see obviously that we made a bearish order block there. All right, I'm looking for price to test that order block. I'm looking for price to test that order block. All right, and then continue bearish. I want to see this 200 tested. I want to see these lows broken, and that's what I'm going to be looking for. Now, price could very well come through both of these first, and then find itself on the other side of the 200. Well, if it does that, I'm going to be looking for a lower high to be made. This is where I'm looking for that lower high. All right. This is where I'm looking for the lower high to be made. Doesn't have to go all the way up there. It could just test near the beginning of the order block or in the middle. But that's what I'm expecting. A pullback and then down, and then down. Okay. And I think that is my last one. Nope, Bitcoin. What do we got on Bitcoin? I'm bearish on Bitcoin. All right. You can see all these lows got taken out. All right. All right. The liquidity taken and taken to the upside. All right. But we did come back, revisit it, and then we are back again. All right. What am I looking at? On the daily, you can obviously see one after the other. Bearish order blocks being tested and respected. Okay. All right. This is a bearish order block. Once you see it's a variation on the engulfer, but you see that powerful bearish momentum candle. You know, this is in essence a bearish an engulfment of the bullish candle. Okay, so and you can see that continues down here as well. All right, we have a test that's coming back, going after the imbalances here in this candle. All right, and I'm expecting price to find resistance here and come on down and continue bearish. All right, now it could rally, it could rally, it could rally, it could rally past here. All right, because this isn't the strongest looking bearish engulfer. This isn't the strongest looking supply zone. All right, but I like the way price dropped from here, so we might be coming back up here just to do. Oh, did it again. It could find its way here. Dang on it. Excuse me, my people. We could find it here. If I could just get out of this, all right. Or it could come up here and find a rejection. All right. I'm looking for signs of exhaustion, and it's showing signs of exhaustion now. So that may happen here. This is where I would look for it first. And then I would look for these lows to be violated, and this support here to be tested once again. This is an ongoing process. We're not, I think we're about 2 weeks from this being broken, from this support being broken. All right. But you see how we get the pullbacks are not, are getting weaker. So, and we have a cross of the 50 over the 200. The 20 has already crossed it. This is on the daily. It's not looking good for Bitcoin. All right. It's oversold here on the daily. All right. But on the 4 hour, because of the crosses on the daily by the EMAs already, you can see this, we're starting to get more space between the EMAs here, which indicate that the trend is strengthening. So this is what you want to be, this is what you want to look out for. We're in the middle here. All right. Could expect a pullback and then another push down. Okay. That's it from me. I'm hoping that you have a great week ahead. All right. I want you to look at the two videos, either of the two videos that are on your screen right now. And let's take this journey together. May pips be upon you, and I will see you in the next video.